Today, we're doing similar to what we did last week, but we're going to actually be on the floor. So you can set up kind of a padded space. I've sandwiched a blanket between two mats, mostly because I'm going to get out on the floor with you. I didn't want to be walking on my blankets with my shoes. And I also wanted to make sure I had a sticky mat so I could get myself back up if I need a little friction. I'm going to mute this so that the recording doesn't have any extra noises on it. All you're going to need is the spot to lay down. I have a couple of blankets, and that's purely support for your head. You can always just rest on your elbow or rest on your hands if you want. And if you have them, the only elastic bands, you're just gonna need a couple of loops. So whatever resistance you wanna use, all right? If you wanna do extra light and light, we'll go through it 2 rounds. I'm using a light and a medium today because I did extra light and light this morning. We are gonna stand up. We're gonna start standing at the wall, do a little shoulder work. So once you get set up, grab a strap and hold the buckle in one hand, wrap the strap around on the other hand, and just nice, easy up and overs. Don't make them hard. Kind of move with an inhalation to come up, an exhalation to go back, just to kind of shake off the morning. If you feel like you could shorten the distance between your hands, go for it. All right, and then you can drop the strap when you're finished. We're done with the strap. Let's take, just to kind of open the shoulders a little bit more, you can interlace your fingers behind your head. I have to kind of cheat because of my wrist thing. And then you're just gonna bring the elbows forward. You're not collapsing the chest. You're just bringing the elbows forward so you feel the stretch across the upper back. And then big opening. All right, so together and open, together and open. Really press the elbows towards each other in the front and pull them like you're going to try to touch them behind you. One more. All right, and then just breathe up and down. All right, I'm gonna take this off so I can do both hands. I'm gonna do my left side first. You can do whichever side you want, but my left side actually looks the way it's supposed to look. My right side does not. We're gonna start with the shoulder work where you take the arm behind you against the wall. The palm is against the wall. The inner elbow is against the wall and the shoulder is against the wall. All right. Your feet they can be apart, but they're pointed straight ahead. And what you want to avoid is your upper body turning towards the wall. This hand can be shoulder height or below, depending on your shoulder. All right. So don't let this shoulder be back. Pull it forward so it's in line with your neck. Your hand that's away from the wall, you can take it onto your back. So you can pull that elbow and shoulder back. The belly turns towards the side that's not against the wall. It turns away from the wall. All right, now press your palm into the wall. Press your inner elbow into the wall and press your shoulder into the wall. Not by leaning into it, but by pressing the shoulder. Turn the belly away from the wall and bring that other arm back and just take a few breaths here. Okay, and when you release this arm, Bring it down, and then just bring it up to a comfortable height. Okay, and release. We'll do the other side, and we'll come back to this one. All right, so I'm using some support under my wrist. This side is not gonna look quite right. So don't do as I say, not as I do on this side. All right, palm against the wall, shoulder, inner elbow against the wall, shoulder against the wall. Look at your feet, line them up. Opposite hand on your back. All right, so now the palm presses into the wall, inner elbow. When you press that inner elbow, feel how your tricep tightens. Right, and then shoulder presses into the wall. Turn the belly away from the wall and roll that opposite elbow and shoulder back. Then take a few nice deep breaths here. And release and bring that arm up. Again, just to a comfortable height. And release. All right, first side again. So now you can go a little higher. If you were already at shoulder height, stay at shoulder height. If you weren't quite at shoulder height, see if you can walk the hand up an inch or two. Palm, inner elbow, shoulder. Press, palm, inner elbow, shoulder. Turn the belly away from the wall and squeeze that opposite arm back. Just keep your chin parallel to the floor and breathe. Tighten up that tricep. Release. Bring the arm up. And second side. All right. Palm against the wall. Inner elbow against the wall. Shoulder against the wall. Check the feet. All right. And then you want to press. Palm, inner elbow, shoulder. Turn the belly away from the wall and roll the opposite shoulder back and down. Chin parallel to the floor. Take like 3 nice deep breaths. Arm down, arm up. All right, next one, we're going to be turning so that the middle finger is pointing behind. The whole palm will be at the wall. The arm will be shoulder height. You won't be leaning into the wall, but you need to be close enough to the wall that you can press a hand into the wall. All right, so shoulder height. Wrists straight out from the shoulder, align your feet, right? And then spread your fingers really wide and press that entire palm into the wall. Turn from the shoulder, turn back. From the bicep, turn back. Lift the inner elbow up. Forearm, of course your wrist is already turned. And then tighten up your tricep and feel your elbow completely straight. Same thing here. The belly's turned slightly away from the wall and that opposite shoulder rolls back. Chin nice and parallel to the floor. Deep breaths. Knees and bring the arm up. Just to a comfortable height. It doesn't have to be all the way up. All right, and then second side. This is the side that doesn't look right for me. So don't do what I do, do what I say. Right? Wrist, shoulder in line. You see I have to have my shoulder a little bit ahead. Press that palm into the wall, and then you're rotating right there at the shoulder joint. Turn the arm back. Bicep turns back. Think of taking that front part of the elbow up as you take the back. I'm saying that's back. And then turn the belly slightly away and pull that opposite shoulder back. Chin parallel to the floor and breathe. Release. Let's bring that arm up. Do one more round of that. Fingers pointing back behind you. Align the wrist and the shoulder. Check your feet. Right, and then press the palm and turn. Turn the whole arm bone out. Really think of lifting that front inner part of the elbow. Turn the forearm. You want to feel like your left or whatever shoulder is at the wall is moving down towards the floor. Tighten the tricep so you really feel the elbow lock out. And breathe. Arm can be behind you if you want to get the shoulder opening on the opposite side. Release and lift. Okay, and then second side. Last time, we're going to switch to legs. Spread the fingers, fingers pointing back. Your wrist should be in line with your shoulder. Feet, check all the things. Now, turn that shoulder back, shoulder blade down. Bicep, up towards the ceiling. Inner elbow up towards the ceiling. Press the hand and breathe. Knees. Bring that arm up. And down. All right. You are welcome to start with whichever leg you want to start with. I'm going to be doing my right leg on top first. This is where we'll use the bands and the support for the head. All right. So laying down. My exoskeleton, huh? We're going to start on our side. We're just going to use one band at a time today. We're going to start using two at a time next week. So use your lighter band, and they're going to go around the ankles. And then you're going to lay down, and there's no rule of how you lay down. You can lay on your elbow, you can support your head. I've just got a couple of blankets to use as pillows. You're going to lay down on your side. Your feet can be directly in line with your hips, all right? Or you can have them slightly forward if you're real wobbly. So this is the similar position to Anantasana when we lay down and we catch the foot. So we want that bottom leg to be firm. All right, so you see how I'm extending through the heel on that left leg, and that leg is tight. Right, and then with your right leg, same thing, or top leg, you'll tighten that top leg, and then we're just going to lift up and down. I'm going to do 15, and you can do 15 or however many you can do in the time that it takes me to do 15. So it's the same thing we did last week. We're just laying down. Finish, you can rest. And we're gonna roll onto our stomach for the extensions. All right, so you can use the blankets, you can cross your hands. You're gonna treat this like you're doing like Shavasana, a belly back bend. So pick up each leg and lengthen the front of the leg so you feel your hip crease pressed into the floor. And then you can decide what's most comfortable for you. You can point if you're doing your right leg, you can point your left toes back, or you can keep toe prints on the floor. I just tend to keep my toe prints on the floor, maybe because I'm wearing a shoe. So if your toe, you want your thigh to be on the floor. All right. So we're going to take the legs apart just enough that you start to feel a little resistance. You're not trying to really tighten the resistance band, but have it so that there's no slack in it. And then you're just going to lift that right leg a few inches off the floor, keeping those outer buttocks in, tops of the buttocks moving towards the heels, and lift for extension. The strap or the band is going to want to pull towards the middle. So don't let that leg move towards the middle. Finish 15. You can take a little breath, relax. And we're going to go roll back to the same side. Same leg is on top. And we're going to bring the strap, or I keep saying strap, the band up just above the knees. And you'll bend your knees to about a 90-degree angle. A comfortable angle. Hands can stay on the floor for balance. Right? And you're going to keep your feet together as you lift your knee, a clamshell. Finish your 15. Roll onto your back. And then it's up to you if you want to just roll over. Now that you've seen what we're doing, you can just roll over and put your back to me if you want. I'm going to switch my sides and we'll do the same thing on the opposite leg. All right, so go back to your ankles. Leg with the legs straight. And hands can be there for balance. Engage that leg that's on the bottom. You're going to press that leg down as you lift the other leg. Pull to your capacity. Finish, relax. And you'll roll onto your stomach. All right, so same thing. Lengthen the fronts of both legs. Treat this like it's going to be a belly back bend. So you want to lengthen, get those hip creases down. As you're moving through this, the lower back gets worked, but we don't want to hyperextend. So keep those outer buttocks gripped in, tops of the buttocks to the heels, tailbone in. Right, and then take your legs just far enough apart, the band is tight, and lift. So let the heel come to the center. Finish 15, you can rest. All right, and we're back onto the side. Band is now up just above the knees. On our side, knees bent. All right, and the feet are gonna stay together. Same thing here with that gripping of the buttocks. You don't want to let the back hyperextend. So grip the outer buttocks, tailbone in, and then lift to your capacity. Go as high as you can go. Finish, you can rest. Roll onto your back. So we're going to go through that series one more time. If you want to go up in resistance on your band, you can go up on resistance. Now the resistance bands work through resistance. It's in the name. So as you go up in resistance on the band, you have to really fight the tendency to just drop the leg back down. All right, so you want to think about lifting the leg as high as you can and even pausing with it up. So we'll go back to the first side. Firm that bottom leg for balance. Even here, grip the buttocks, tailbone in. All right, and then you're going to lift that leg and coming down slowly. Don't let it drop. Hit 15. Stop and rest. Roll to the belly. Lengthen the fronts of those legs. Tops of the buttocks move to the heels. There's that grip at the outer buttocks. Pull the feet apart just so you feel a little bit of resistance. All right, and then lifting that same leg up and back down. Don't let it pull to the center. Buttocks to the heels. Finish, rest. And roll back to the same side. Band will come up just above the knees. Knees are bent, comfortable angle. The inner feet will stay together. Use your hands for balance. We're not trying to balance today. Eventually balance will come into all of this, but just building that foundation of strength. All right, and then up and back down. Pull as high up as you can. As you lift the top leg, press the bottom leg into the floor. That'll create more resistance. Finish, you can rest. We'll switch and go around to the other side. Straps around the ankle. Firming up that bottom leg, hands for support. Okay, and then as you lift, press the opposite leg into the floor. Sure you're resisting. Over onto the belly. Get it like a belly back bend. You're lengthening fronts of the legs, keeping the lower back long. Tops of the buttocks towards the heels. Pull the strap just so there's a little tension. And then lift. Keeping that leg in line. Don't let it move to the center. Finish, rest. Roll back to the side. Bring the band above the knees, just above the knees. And you're laying down with bent knees, stacked on top of each other. Hands are there for balance. And lift. Press down with the leg on the floor to create a little bit more resistance. Feet stay together. Just the knees come apart. There you go. Lost count. I'm gonna count this one as 15. All right, and then roll onto your back. That's where we're stopping for today. You can take that strap off. And then bring both knees in toward, you can reduce the height of your head if you want to. I have 2 blankets. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Couple of nice deep breaths. Let's straighten out your left leg. Take your right leg over to the right. Turn your torso to the right. Nice twist. Big deep breaths. Back to center, both knees in towards your chest. Straighten out that right leg. Take left leg over to the right, turn head and torso to the left. Nice big twist, deep breaths. One more time, back to center, knees in towards the chest. Pull the shin bones towards your head as you release your sacrum and your sit bones down. Feel that length in the back. And release the legs. Let the soles of the feet touch the floor. Relax your arms. Relax your eyes, your throat, your abdomen. Take some nice deep inhalations followed by long, slow exhalation. Roll over to your side. Press your arms, sit up. Take a moment to thank yourself. Coming to class. Taking your practice. Slowly raise your head, slowly open your eyes.